Welcome to Cardcaptor Sakura. Fuck. I fuck up. Okay, fine. Welcome to Penguins and Scribbles, episode 7.
Cardcaptor Sakura edition. Yes, as we all know.
Yeah, I mean it's in the YouTube video. The YouTube title. We are doing Cardcaptor Sakura.
Oh baby, welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to Penguins and Scribbles.
We came back pretty quick, didn't we? It's much different than all the other Penguins and Scribbles.
Sorry, you're cutting out.
I said nothing.
Damn it! You sound very robotic.
Beep boop meow. I am a robot. Welcome.
Yes, it's
to
very
Scribbles.
robotic.
Beep beep boop boop meow. So okay, we know
got good now.
We know we're talking about Cardcaptor Sakura today, but I think to make things easier for our lovely audience, let's explain to them what this strange, unknown, never before heard or seen manga is.
Yeah, this obscure manga is written by the obscure authors group known as Clamp.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty obscure.
Yeah, I heard probably no one heard about Clamp before. And they did a bunch of works that I don't think anybody has heard of, like XXX Holic, the Ray Earth, and Chobbit, and so on.
It's quite a big collection, actually.
What?
It's quite a big collection, actually. Wow.
Yeah, they're actually quite prolific. They wrote a lot of shit. And since they are so obscure, of course I had never read any stuff by them. Nah, actually I lie. I actually read stuff by Clamp before. I even have their manga.
Oh my. Oh wow. It's how scandalous you were lying to us all this time.
Yeah, but they really pump up a lot of shit. Like I have this thing, like the manga I always like. I don't even remember the manga, the name, but I remember I bought it by Clamp, and it's a Clamp manga, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I've never seen this before. And then just a lot of things. Like, yeah, and that series I don't really like it at all. And then I have read Chobbit. Yeah, I did read Chobbit. You know Chobbit, right?
I've heard of Chobbit. I've never touched it though. How was it?
Chobbit. Back then I like it, and now I don't know. It's like back in my very early days as a weeb.
Was it Kodo's first manga or some this kind of shit?
Oh, it's like very very early. It's like one of like very early manga I read. And back like when I read it, I was just like starting to get into anime and manga. It's very
your first
early.
Foray into it. I see.
Yeah, it's one of the. It's not like the first manga I read, but it was very beginning days. Mm-hmm. And I still searching for, like my taste is still not concrete, so it's just like reading whatever.
I see.
Yeah.
Just playing around with. Whatever it is you want to read. It's that kind of stuff. I think every manga reader goes through that point. And I've come to believe there are quite a few out there who might have read Cardcaptor Sakura as their first sort of manga. Because this is from what I can remember, this is a pretty fucking old, manga.
Cardcaptor Sakura is in the 90s. It's it's published in the 90s, and the anime is in the 90s.
I suppose. I wonder how big was anime and manga at the time. I'm not sure.
Well,
like how many people would have?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry, I think maybe my mic cut out or something.
I think it's on my side.
I was thinking about that scene. Like how old? I mean, we know it's like in the 90s. Sorry, but I was thinking like. How was the anime and manga industry in the 90s? How many people did see Cardcaptor Sakura as their sort of a first Weeb's first manga sort of situation.
I think it depends on the regions. I mean, like if you say like West or the Japan, or in case in our countries, Malaysia, is like usually differs a lot. Like how the popularity. Oh, and that's China and Southeast Asia.
That's true.
Like so, I have to be more specific. But
everything grew at different times, I guess. But I suppose I was thinking of it more in a sort of an American audience. How was the anime and manga industry there at the time? How big was it? That kind of stuff. It's a bit hard for us to say, right?
Well, for Cardcaptor Sakura in the America, it's being censored, unfortunately.
Why? What the fuck needed to be censored? Cardcaptor Sakura isn't a very... there's no...
His brother and his best friend.
Oh no.
Yeah. I think that is enough for a censor. I mean, they even... Jesus like, Christ. When Sailor Moon is brought to America, they censor the lesbian relationship.
Yeah, there was a lesbian relationship, wasn't it?
Yeah, in Sailor Moon.
A sister relationship or some shit?
They changed it to cousins.
Cousins.
Yeah.
Not just like two different people with interests or anything like that.
Oh, they just changed it to cousins. So instead of looking at an actual couple, it's like looking at incest. Yeah.
Ooh.
Maybe the double.
Or at the very least, very, very close, like family relationships that is totally not incest. No. It's just them being very friendly with each other. You know, Southern hospitality and that shit. No, let's not go there. Jesus.
But it's not just that. Like they also censor gay relationship.
Let's just say they censored homosexual relationships.
Yeah,
because I guess at the time, you know, they don't want the kiddies to see it, or at the very least, they don't want the adults going, "Oh, why is there this homosexual stuff? Homosexuality is the work of the devil." Whatever, that kind of stuff. I mean
Power Ranger is also censored, sort of.
Why?
Like, okay, let's go to the censor. Like Power Ranger Season 2, when it came out and they introduced a new villain, and the parents are complaining that the villain is too dark. So they want to make... So the creator responded and they just make the villain more lighthearted. There's like
Power Rangers.
Yeah, Power Rangers.
Fuck it. Jesus Christ.
Well, okay.
Like the original Power Rangers,
yes,
the one that was like
the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
From Super
not
Sentai.
Not Super Sentai. Mighty Morphin
Power Rangers.
I
said the one that was ported from fucking Super Sentai. You know, all the footage from all the giant fights. Oh, they're from Super Sentai. And then after that, they had like fucking American high school, that shit. Which is very interesting way of... I don't know how to say. I don't want to say appropriating. That's a pretty strong word. Adapting, I guess, a Japanese show to something in the West.
Yeah, unfortunately,
we aren't supposed to be fucking talking about this, by the way.
Yeah.
Is somebody talking about Cardcaptor? What the fuck are we doing?
I was going to say that I was going to talk about Tokusatsu. Like, my next topic is going to be about how Tokusatsu...
Hey, if Cardcaptor Sakura had Tokusatsu, I would be okay with just continuing, but it doesn't.
Well, Cardcaptor Sakura have made Tokusatsu reference. At least in the anime, it did make Tokusatsu reference. Toku reference.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Well, let's go back to Cardcaptor Sakura.
Okay, here's the thing. I've read the manga. You've read the manga.
Yeah.
I have not watched the anime. You have watched all of the anime?
Yes, all 70 episodes.
When did you finish it?
When did I finish it? So when I told you...
watch it or something?
When I told you that we are going to do Cardcaptor Sakura, I was like a few episodes left from finishing it.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Jesus. You were already, you were on the way. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I've not watched the anime. You have told me.
A lot of times.
Can you clarify? Yes, you have told me a lot of times, if you can clarify to the audience. The anime has quite a few differences as compared to the manga. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, it's like there's so much like those difference. They make it like I feel like the difference between the two things. It just make it like two different things basically. Anime and the manga are two different things, and I think it's very easy to have a split for the preference between the preference. Like one will always prefer over the others.
Okay, so I'm guessing in the grand scheme of things, we could assume that you could basically read the manga and then watch the anime and just believe that you're watching different things because I guess there's some fundamental difference in there. Is the progression at least the same?
Fundamental difference. Well, the premise is still the same. It's a girl trying to collect cards.
No, the premise is still the same, but in terms of like how the premise goes, how do they pace it?
Yeah, the order of the story even change. Like, I think, like for one episode, okay, this kind of getting into spoilers, but fuck that shit. So you remember that one episode where Sakura goes to the summer home with her family and she met an old guy?
Oh yeah, the old guy.
Yeah, so that one...
Where was that? Like somewhere in the middle of the story.
That one happens in the manga is like 19? Almost 20... I think it's almost 20 chapters in.
It could be almost 20 chapters. Somewhere around there.
Yeah. And somewhere around that. And for the anime, it's like very early. It's like very, very early.
What, the first few episodes or some shit? Jesus.
I think it's within 10 episodes.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It's within 10 episodes, if I remember correctly. Jesus. Oh, it's 11. Okay, episode 11.
Okay, so it technically was
not 11.
It sounds like it's a bit earlier at the very least in the story itself, like the continuous story, maybe a bit earlier.
Yeah, it's very early. And then there's also the teachers, the teacher who helped Sakura.
Yes.
Yeah, she's like, I think she's introduced right after they introduced Xiaoran. But the teacher like appears way later.
No, I think the teacher doesn't appear that much later in the manga.
Yeah, in the manga, she is introduced right after Xiaoran is introduced.
Oh yeah, sorry, I misheard that. I think you say it was in the anime that she was introduced right after.
Yeah, in the anime she isn't. In the anime she appears way after.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, it's very interesting.
And then, like, the teacher is much more mysterious in the anime.
In what sense?
Like, we don't really know what the teacher's motive is, and we don't really know what the motive of the teacher is up until the point where Sakura fight Yue.
Well, that's pretty far.
Until Sakura fought Yue, and like I think Sakura fought Yue is like the halfway point in the manga, and it's also the halfway point in the anime. And so for the manga, that's like 25 chapters in, and for the anime, it's like 45 episodes in. Around that point.
Wow.
Yeah. It just... Well, the anime has a lot more things, and the orders just change around.
I see.
Yeah.
Where the fuck do we go next from here? Did we even talk about Are we drunk?
What?
Are you okay?
Do you have to talk about the premise? I mean, everybody knows Cardcaptor Sakura, right?
Hey, I have never read Cardcaptor Sakura until you asked me to. I've heard about it a lot.
No, you don't know about the premise?
Knew what the fuck.
You don't know anything about it?
I've heard a lot about Cardcaptor Sakura, but in the grand scheme of things, it's always just people talking about how good it was, not what it was. So I never knew what the hell Cardcaptor Sakura really was.
You don't even know the premise. I didn't
know the premise.
Oh.
No, I didn't know the premise.
You did know the premise.
Until you told... I didn't. Until you told me to read it. In which case, yeah, I read it. I learned the premise. I found out that it's a pretty good manga. Yeah, I liked it. Mm-hmm. Now we're talking about it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think we'll just say out the premise, in case there are people who doesn't know. So, Cardcaptor Sakura is like this one grade schooler, and she just found a book under a house, and then she opened it, and all the cars just fly away around the city, and around the city she lives in, In the manga, that's like 19 cards. In the anime, that's 52 cards. Yeah.
A lot of cards.
Yeah, 52 cards. That is enough to make 70 episodes. Definitely.
And also to make a deck of cards. Right? How many cards do we need in a deck of cards?
I don't know. I thought it's like 40 or something.
A deck of card number. A standard playing deck of cards consists of 52 cards.
Oh, nice.
Oh baby. What a coincidence. No, it's not a coincidence.
And
might as well not be a coincidence.
Yeah, the starting point is also different. That's also one thing that's different right off the bat. Like,
oh yeah, that one you told me about. That was very interesting.
In the episode 1, like manga, when it begins, Sakura has already collected like 3 cards. In the anime, we get to see her collect the cards right from how she get her first card up until she gets the last card. So we get to see the first card, and also we get to see in the anime. We get to see from zero to hero, like just like how she just from one person, and then two friends notice her secret identity, and then friends just watch her, and then we just watch her collect everything, and then by the end she becomes a full-fledged magician. But for that one, for the manga, it's just when it began, she already collected a few cards, and some people already know about it.
In the manga, it starts in media res. Basically, it starts in the middle of the action, or something like that. And from what I can tell, the anime starts from the beginning. You get to see the whole journey. I'm guessing it actually feels better to see the whole thing. Because when I first read the manga, it felt a bit weird. Just being plopped down.
Yeah, even
into the story.
Like they don't even introduce properly. It's just like the quote-unquote introduction is like Sakura just took the text box. Sakura just narrating everything.
It's a huge exposition scene.
Yeah,
I don't understand why. Like, do people at the time just not have the patience to, I don't know, like read this stuff, like through not read, sorry, to see this kind of stuff?
No, ask Clem. Clem is the one who wrote it. They are the one who wrote the first chapters. Ask them what did they do there? Why did they do this?
Jesus. But yeah, the beginning chapter wasn't a very good first impression, because it drops you in the middle of the action. It doesn't. It's more of a tell don't show moment. Really, they tell you a lot of stuff. They give you so much information. They vomit all the information about everything. Hi, I'm Sakura. That's my friend. Oh yeah, and this is Carol. and I cards. Yeah, I could do chakra magics. That kind of shit. I do that. I don't understand why. I mean, I guess if I read more manga from the 90s, maybe I can find maybe there's a trend or something that this is how manga was introduced back in the days. I don't know. But from what I know, it's very weird. Because most manga nowadays, of course, they don't do in media.
Actually,
they don't do in media.
I have to say, from what I read, I don't know, like manga anime expert, but I believe I read a fair share or read and watch anime and manga, a fair share of them like across the time period. I think Cardcaptor Sakura is the only one that I have seen that did this kind of opening. It's the only one that I can remember.
Let us assume you are the expert here. You know what you're talking about. That is very interesting. I mean, Cardcaptor Sakura would have been fine with a few more chapters. Maybe the introduction. Oh, what is Sakura? Who is Sakura? What's her life like? Just a bit of that. How is her life different because of the introduction of this magic stuff, the cloud cards, which are
we do know. It's just everything is done through expositions. How her life changed. True.
But it's better to wouldn't it be fucking better to see the first time she gets her first cloud card?
Yeah,
it can't be that fucking
but everything is just like at the beginning it's not shown to you, it just get explained. Well, okay, Jordan, What if I told you the exposition actually is in the anime as well?
What? How?
Okay.
Why?
Okay, but the context is very different. So
okay.
Yeah, she still does the introductions like my name is Sakura and I'm Sakura and this is my family, this is my brother, this is my girlfriend, this is my boyfriend and stuff. And she does it, but
that stuff I could
wait. Mm-hmm. She does it, but it's in the episode 1 and she still hasn't opened the book yet. So it's
Does she open the book in episode 1?
Yeah, she hasn't opened the book yet, so she just introduced...
Does she?
She just introduced her normal life. And then... Like, you just see her... Like, the viewpoint is from Sakura, and she just wake up from her bed, and then she goes to school, and then everything is animated. And then as it's animated...
Yeah, it's an anime. It better be fucking animated.
And everything is shown. Also, like, when she met Tomoyo, then through the narration that like using and then Sakura just used some voiceover to introduce Tomoyo to us when she met Tomoyo at the school. That's
no, example. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with this kind of exposition.
Yeah, I think it's much better. It is much better.
It's much better. No, it's much better because it doesn't have to explain away how the fuck all of this magic stuff happened. It doesn't need to go, oh yeah, so one day I opened the book, you won't see me open the book. You won't see everything that happens. Just know that I opened the book. My friend found out. I got my first...
Oh yeah, the friend found out stuff. Like, she just told you... I think the manga never show it. They just tell us that Tomoyo found out. Yeah, but in the anime,
what was so confusing.
The anime, it just shows you how Tomoyo found out, and it's so fucking funny. It's so fucking hilarious.
How did she
just
in the anime?
So like in the episode 1, Sakura, I introduced to all the main cast, and then Sakura also opened the book, and she met Kero-chan for the first time, and she's also she captured the card for the first time, and the first card she captured is the fly card, which allows her to fly. So when she captures it, and then Kero just taught her how to use her card. So she learned to use the fly card to fly in the sky, and so she just fly around and she's happy. Then in the next episode, she go to school, and then Tomoyo just approach her and then just show her a video camera like, "Hey Sakura, look at this."
Oh my god, that sounds so. That sounds so funny in my head.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
Just that. It's like a very...
And then...
How should I say it? Usually in these kinds of stories, the quote-unquote superhero never really gets found out or something like that. Or at the very least, they get found out later in the story. But here, it's like a very interesting difference. It's like, wow, I've gotten my first power. Let's fly around. The next day, oh yeah, you were flying around the other day. I was like, oh, for fuck. It's that kind of story. That's actually very funny.
And it's not even over yet. Like, then Sakura is just Sakura just freaked out, and she's trying to explain her way away. She's trying to explain this shit as something, and then Kero-chan just pop up from the back. So it's like, ouch. There's no hope now. Everything is just revealed.
Yeah, wouldn't that have been good in the manga? That would have added some value.
Yeah, I think if it's in the manga. It would be very, very hilarious. It's possible.
In the manga, it would have been fun.
Yeah.
Let's just assume anything that the anime made in the beginning would have also been pretty good in the manga.
Yeah, it would be much better. Probably.
And that in the grand scheme of things, the manga starting off in the middle of the action wasn't the best idea in the grand scheme of things. I didn't like the idea of it.
Wow, totally not. Like,
totally not.
I think like it does introduce. It just introduce well. Like, introduce well the premise and what they're getting into, and that's it. But for the anime, they do it a lot. For the anime,
a lot better.
Yeah, it's entertaining. It's more entertaining, more interesting. Like how Sakura just Like we get to see how she captured the card for the first time, and then you get to see how she get discovered. It's more entertaining.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
There is a new character in the anime.
Yeah.
That was not in the manga.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that about?
So, Mei-Ling. I remember I was like fucking freaked out, and the people, my friends in Discord, they also freak out. Like they also watch Cardcaptor Sakura at the same time. They're like, we all freak out. Like, why? Why is there's no fucking Mei-Ling in the manga? Like, okay, so Sakura's boyfriend by the end. Okay.
Hey, spoilers, you fucker.
Okay, like the moment Shaoran is introduced, you all know that Shaoran and Sakura will get together. It's not even a spoiler. Like when he's introduced,
I guess
they will probably get together.
Most likely.
99.9%. Okay, so the Mei-Ling is like Xiaoran's childhood friend / cousin / fiancé.
So many things.
Yes. Yeah, ironically, like childhood friend / cousin / fiancé. And
that's a lot of stuff to fill.
She's a regular for a while, and then she left. Yeah,
what?
She was a regular for a while in the anime, and
what?
Then she left, and then when she's a regular, it's quite fun. Like Mei-Ling she's an asshole. I can say, visual like she's an asshole.
She's the asshole character. Holy shit!
I mean, like she's just like when the moment she's introduced, she's just like. It's like the moment she's introduced, like in the class, like, oh, here's a transport student, and then she just like fucking scream, Shaoran is my fucking fiance. Or she just scream in the class, and then she saw Sakura and just like, yeah, fuck you for competing Shaoran. And she just hates Shaoran.
What the
fuck? She just hates Sakura. And then then let me think. Like, yeah, why she's an asshole? I gotta say, like, she just being like, oh my gosh, just like she just keep screaming about Shaoran's going to be her fiancé, and she just like how much she loves Shaoran, and she's kind of I cannot say the least intelligent. It's hard to say. It's just hard to say. Like she doesn't have the best personality around. Okay, let's just say she doesn't have the best personality around, but she isn't like.
So she's an asshole who isn't.
She's very immature. Like she's very immature, and then she's clearly love Shaoran, and she's not exactly rich, but. Yeah, but her family rich.
She's the
brat. Yeah, she's the brat. She's the brat.
Oh my god. I mean, then again, I don't think we had a brat character in the manga.
Like everyone, the general rule is in Sakura is everybody is a good person. Is a nice person. And then
except for her.
And then in the anime, they just add a person that is not nice at all into the mix. And she's like, if there's the Sakura nice card, the tier list, she's definitely bottom tier. But
ouch.
but she isn't like terrible. She's a terrible character. In fact, we actually quite like her, like because like she's just a brat, but she's evil.
She's
evil.
A fun
she's
brat.
fun.
There's a huge difference.
And then she also has her own good episode. Like she has her own cool episode as well. So she's not exactly terrible, something like she's just a brat. And then she grows, like by the later on she's not much of the brat, that she start to become a bit less of a brat and slowly becomes mature. Like you didn't watch anime. You didn't watch the anime, but in the movie too, you will notice that she isn't that much of an asshole in the movie too.
Yes, it should be noted, yeah, we both did watch the Cardcaptor Sakura movies.
Yeah, the first movie and the second movie. Yeah. I think in the movie one, I think she's still a bit of a brat. in the movie one.
She's a bit of a
but
brat.
By movie 2, she's not very much of a brat anymore, and she's just a cool person.
She's the cool girl, you know.
Yeah, the Chinese girl with twin tail.
Good friend.
A good friend, a very supportive friend.
Yeah, that's why we all love her so much.
And then, okay, it's been 31 minutes, and we're just talking about the difference and how the anime is better. Yeah, like
you said she left or some shit like that, like later on in the story. What was that about?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Xiaoran and Mei Ling, they come from Hong Kong. Like, Xiaoran just come to Hong Kong. Like, okay, Xiaoran comes to Japan to collect the card. And then Mei Ling, she comes to Japan later to follow Xiaoran because she wants to be together with Xiaoran.
From what I was thinking, I thought she was introduced at the same time.
She comes in later, and then she left. I forgot why she left. I think it's because Xiaoran's mom want her to come back. I think that's the reason.
Maybe, I don't know.
Before they fight Yue, before Sakura fought Yue, Mei Ling has already left. Yeah.
Oh damn! Does she come back?
Oh, she come back for one episode.
What?
She come back when they fight Harry Potter. I'll just call the final boss Harry Potter. He looks like Harry Potter. He looks like Harry Potter, and he's from England.
He looks like a Harry Potter.
He's from England. So before they fight Harry Potter, and just the whole story arc about Harry Potter, Mei Ling returned for one episode, and it's a great episode. It's just about her. It's really cool.
It's just all about her. That's very odd. I would have thought she stayed with the fucking group, but maybe it was a bit too hard to write around her or something like that. Like to like incorporate her into the story already. That might have been a bit too difficult. Yeah.
I have no idea why she left. Is it because the voice actress doesn't want to do it or something? I don't know. But she did come back for one episode, and she come back in the movie. So
yeah.
I forgot why she left. Let me search. Yeah. Anyway, I'll just make this clear I'll just make clear to the audience if the audience didn't notice it. I like the anime way more than the manga. Like, in fact,
I haven't watched the anime, so I don't know. But from what I can tell, it sounds like it's a lot better. Yes.
Like, the manga, I read through the manga and I don't remember a whole lot of things. I need Jordan to remind me, confirm from me, the various plot points.
I don't fucking understand how that was the case. Did you read it?
Yes, I did read it. Seriously, I just don't remember. But I remember what watched in the anime. And then let me see. Later at fuck that shit. There's too many texts. Okay, too many texts. Let's just go back to comparing the two things and why the anime is just fucking superior. So
sure, let's just assume the anime is the total superior item.
I have
whatever.
Well, you like the anime? It's written by. It's actually interesting. The anime is written by Clamp as well. Yeah,
what the fuck?
I'm surprised. The movie and the anime, it's also written by Clamp, and the anime comes later.
What the fuck? I'm just going to assume that Clamp wrote that as an apology letter to the fucking beginning of the story.
I think Clamp used the anime as a way to improve their work. That's what I speculate.
like a second draft.
Yeah, like okay, they draw the manga.
Draft,
they draw the manga and it's like they draw the manga, and then when the manga receives adaptation and they are hired to write the story, and they just think, maybe this is an opportunity for us to improve the story, and then that's the final product, the anime, the 70-episode anime.
This seems most like that. Feels like that.
I speculate. This is what happens.
Speculation.
Yeah. And so they add in the introduction, they add in mailing, they add in the movie, they add in change the character arc to make it better.
I was to say they add in a lot of things to make things better.
I think a lot of changes. I personally think it's a lot better.
I suppose a lot of things are a lot better, which is nice.
But
since I only read the manga, we'll have to focus on the manga as its own product, in a sense. Let's talk about whether or not we...
No, I don't like the manga.
Like it.
I already said.
I
already said. I don't like the manga. I think the anime just way superior. Well, okay, you can say Clamp is Clamp, so their art is good. Which is,
I suppose.
Manga is well drawn. Yeah, but I don't remember. I just don't remember what I read. It's just so forgettable.
Jesus, it was so forgetful. You couldn't. The only thing it did was remind you that the anime is better.
How much it did it better?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, wait. There's one thing that manga did better. The ending.
Oh yeah, that's true. The ending is very different in the manga as compared to what you described in the anime. Can you describe what happens in the anime?
Okay, so in the manga, so basically the final arc is very different. So after they fought, let's start with the manga. After they fought Harry Potter, they defeated Harry Potter. They led to the final arc. The final arc is just basically Sakura trying to comes to terms with her feeling for Xiaoran. That's the whole arc, and it has a proper climax. It's just like an arc. It has like the build up and rising action for the action stuff, and then the climax and the resolution and the ending, and the end. And after they show you the ending of the arc, the manga ends. Then for the anime, they fought Harry Potter at episode 69, and then at the episode 70, and episode 70 is just a build up. It's just a prologue for 70. It's just a prologue for the movie, and then it's just a prologue for the movie, and then the movie 2 is just the final arc, and just vastly different.
Oh wow!
Like she just like the manga, she just Sakura spent much of the time talking to others, asking for advice, how she should approach her feelings for it. She basically asked all the characters that appeared in the manga about it. And then in the anime, it's like 4 months later, there's a festival in the city, and Xiaoran and Meili happens to return to Japan, and so.
But they didn't tell anyone about this. Shh.
Oh yeah, they said surprise visit. Yeah,
they just came back.
It's a surprise visit.
You were surprised.
And then they just and then there's 2 plots. So one plot is Calculator trying her best to confess to Xiaoran, and the second plot is there's actually a 53rd card, and the 53rd card is going to destroy the world. And final arc is basically very different. The manga has a proper ending, but anime they just does that count as a cliffhanger?
It's just a fucking. Let's just assume it's just a teaser for the movie. That's like the main.
What? Teaser for the movie?
Use of it. Yeah, just a teaser. Just like a sort of a thing to lead up to the movie, basically.
No, I'm talking about movie 2, like the ending.
Oh, sorry. Whoops. I thought you were talking about the fucking. Shit.
The movie, like Whoops. The anime, the TV anime, the 17th episode is prologue to the movie, and the movie 2 is like I say, like the festival and Sharon, and then make a surprise visit, and the cards and choose the third card and Sakura. Yeah, and you've seen the movie, like you've seen the ending.
I have seen the movie. Yes.
I don't know how to describe it. It's not really a cliffhanger. I mean, everything is wrapped up.
Everything is wrapped up, but I guess it's just maybe there's a feeling of that. There's a sense that
it's just not satisfying.
Was it worth it? Was it worth literally skipping the ending of the manga? It's the original ending of the manga. For this ending? Really? But really? No? Yes?
I don't know. Like, I think, like, considering how different the movie 2 and the final arc in the manga is, like, I think if you just try to directly adapt the ending, of the manga into the anime, I don't think that's possible.
I suppose not.
But it certainly still needs an ending for the movie too, because that is simply not an ending. I just don't think that is the ending.
What is it then? What do you call it?
I don't know. Like, you call it a cliffhanger. When you finish it, you call it a cliffhanger.
Oh God, is that bad? Was it?
Now, it's okay. So, for me, the worst ending I've seen, the ending I've seen in my life is like one fucking fucking Korean drama that I'm not going to name it. Like, just so fucking shit the ending, and
let's just okay. We all just assume.
Yeah, you just call it a shitty Korean drama, and then I compare the ending to Cardcaptor Sakura. It's like, okay, that shitty Korean drama, it has an epilogue. It has an epilogue.
Okay, it has an epilogue.
But it's just still confusing and unsatisfying. But for this movie too, the ending is, it doesn't have an epilogue, but it's still somewhat satisfying.
I thought you said it wasn't. Maybe I'm misremembering.
Somewhat satisfying, but it just like, my legs. I don't know how to say. It's just so hard to say. Just to say about the ending.
So hard to say.
Like,
damn it.
Okay, I think it's the movie too. It just okay. It wraps up. I think my feeling for it is because, like, it wraps up everything. It basically wraps up everything, but it doesn't show us what happens. Fuck. I give up. I'll give up explaining.
Let us both give up and die.
I'll just say the ending is just, for the movie too, is just very questionable.
It's a bit abrupt, if I recall correctly. It just ends after everything is just magically better, and it ends.
Yeah.
You're just sitting there thinking, was it worth it? Really? From what I can tell, the movie 2 actually earned fucking
what?
And shit.
Earned fucking what?
Pretty interesting. I think so. From what I remember reading on fucking Wikipedia.
So the Wikipedia say it earned a what?
It's a bit dangerous. If I recall, it's something like at the very least, public opinion of it was very fucking high.
I don't remember. I don't care about reviews. But I just say the movie 2 is very good. The movie 2 is good. Yeah.
Authentic. Movie 2's fine. Movie 1 was...
Movie 1
okay.
It's just an episode.
Actually, I think Movie 1 Actually, I feel like Movie 1 is paced slightly better, I guess. It's more... There's a different mood to it, from what I can feel, compared to Movie... No, Movie 2 and Movie 1 have close to the same tone, I think. There's that sense of mystery, a sense of dread. Ooh, a lot of stakes. Ooh,
movie
scary. People are
the
gonna
movie
get hurt.
has actual. The two movie has actual stakes, whereas in the anime there usually isn't any stakes. Well, if you...
That's why it's called. That's why it's a movie. They have stakes now. Oh Jesus! I didn't even think to put stakes. I didn't think to cook them.
Well, let's see, what can we say about the manga? Do you have anything to say about the manga? No, you don't.
Let's not fucking kill let's not fucking kill this episode.
No, I think we still have a lot to say. I hope.
I'm not sure. Cardcaptor Sakura, the manga is it's one of the few mangas that actually got me to smile, like giddy, like a sort of a cute giddy smile. I have had excited smile,
cute giddy smile.
Oh, reading shonen, yeah.
What do you mean?
It's like just me smiling. It's me smiling at how cute everything is, because there's a real wholesomeness to it. It's so cute.
I get it.
Ugh.
That's what people describe the anime as well.
It's a very cutesy sort of thing. It's very innocent.
I agree.
Very innocent. There's almost no real bad in it. And I mean, of course, by this point, everyone wants a story that has a bit of good and bad. You want that kind of story. You don't want everyone to be so we're actually really, really nice, you know? That kind of stuff.
I mean, there's Cardcaptor Sakura, but everything is really nice.
Cardcaptor Sakura, yeah. Well, everything is really nice. But he's so cute and nice. Everyone is... Is there a true villain? Is there a villain
Harry Potter.
Anywhere? There is technically a villain.
Technically.
But Harry Potter then becomes a fucking like, oh yeah, you know, in truth, I was a good guy. I was only trying to help you, Sakura, become stronger. And I'm just there going, wait, so there's no bad guy?
Yeah, there's no bad guy.
Okay.
Like, at least maybe in the anime there is bad guy, because the two movie, like the first movie is just like a Chinese ghost, and then the movie 2 is like the 53rd card. Those are actual villains. And then, but you remove the movie, there's no villain at all.
I guess. Yeah, the two movies, you could say they are the closest to being villains, because in the grand scheme of things, their actions were not to like help people, I think. I mean,
even Harry Potter like, even when
he was doing it all to help,
he is so mysterious to the audience, but he showed to the audience that how mysterious he is. But when he's interacting with the other characters, he's just like so genuine. Like there isn't like any malicious intent at all. Like, we can just tell that he's a very good guy.
Yeah, and his main motivation in the manga was only to make situations where he could get Sakura to like grow in strength, grow in more power, to grow up.
That's also in the anime. Like, he made a lot of situations.
Yeah, that's also in the anime. Yes. But it was all... It's basically like to say like I was sort of a villain, but it was only to make you better. In which case, in the grand scheme of things, I was a good guy. So he's not really a villain. But in the two movies, yeah, the enemies, the villains weren't doing it to like improve Sakia. They were doing it because of their own selfish reasons. So they were technically the closest to villains. They were basically villains, basically. Yeah, but in the manga, there technically is no villain. It's almost like a sort of a monster of the week story, but there's also a lot of slice of life in there. It's sometimes in the middle of situations and stuff.
For me, Sakura, well, at least the anime, it's more slice of life more than Monster of the Week, because like a lot of times the episodes the monster never came in until like second half of the episode, and sometimes the monsters, they are related to what's happening in the episode, or sometimes they just like fucking come out of nowhere and it's just totally unrelated. And then that's why I feel like the Monster of the Week, the monster part is totally not even important. It's more that the sweet slice of life things that is happening in the episode, that's more important.
Huh, I see.
Yeah, I think the best. I think the two of the most memorable episodes. The school sport festival. You know, they remember like the school sport.
Was it the one with the cherry blossoms and shit? I remember.
Like the one that Tomoyo's mom is introduced for the first time is like. It's like the sports festival and all the parents came in. Like the fucking flower card. Well, I'm not sure in the manga, but in the anime, the flower cards just like came out in the. It just only suddenly pop up in the climax. It's like it never even teased or even build up. Like just like in the climax of the episode, it just suddenly pop up out of nowhere, and then the flower isn't even dangerous. It's just happy. The flower is just happy.
Oh, come on, but you need to get... Yeah, so there's technically no stakes involved. We do have a disturbance in the natural setting of things, you know? Oh, where did all these cherry blossoms come from? Why are there so many of them? But in the grand scheme of things, nothing really is in danger? It does seem very dangerous. Slice of lifey. The Monster of the Week part only usually appears when the cloud cards, which are the cards she's correcting, I gotta rephrase. Gotta reiterate that. That's when the Monster of the Week stuff comes up. When the cloud card stuff appear in the story.
Appear out of nowhere.
In that episode, in that manga.
For the anime.
They appear out of nowhere. Where are they when nothing's happening? Where do they hide? Who knows? Why is it so hard to like have Sakura just go around looking for them? Do they just hide and go? I
usually the cards. Right now. Usually they discover it by accident. They discover the new cards by accident, or the cards come to Sakura by themselves. And like for the flower case, it just happens to be there because they explain like the sports festival has too many happy events, and the flower is attracted to a happy event. That's why the flower card is there. Yeah.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, like the cards, some of the cards are actually very dangerous. Like the water card in the anime, the water card almost drowns a person. Yeah, but even then, these cards, some of the cards are dangerous and can kill people, but they don't have malicious intent. It's more like they are like wild cards. Like they are just cards in the wild. Instead of like have a evil intent. Once they are captured, they are just like tame and listen to Sakura, and didn't go around and fuck around shit.
That was easy. Tame with Sakura, tame everything.
Let's see. Oh, regarding what you say about the manga being sweet, I don't really feel it in the manga, but I did feel it.
It's because you weren't fucking paying attention. If you were paying attention, you would have fucking remembered shit in the manga. I swear to God.
But that feeling is in the anime. It's translated to the anime.
The feeling's in the anime, but here's what I was talking about. I was talking about it in terms of like what I felt in the manga. as its own product. If you don't look at it, if you don't recall the anime, let's push the anime aside. It's that sort of thing. Let's focus on the manga as itself. Like what I experienced from the manga. I experienced the feeling.
I want to say,
wholesomeness. I might have experienced it in the fucking anime if I watched the anime, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna talk about the manga. I want
to say the feeling you say is also felt by those people who have watched the anime.
And I'm here saying I couldn't fucking care less.
Well, I think there's something to say about this observation of mine. It's just basically mean the Cardcaptor Sakura as the series as a whole, they are all fucking wholesome. I think that's what Cardcaptor Sakura aimed to do as a series.
What genre is this? Shoujo? What the fuck is shoujo?
Shoujo is like a demographic, like shonen.
Is this?
It's in the shoujo magazine.
No. Yes. Okay, it's a shoujo magazine thing. Maybe I always remember shoujo manga to be like this. You know, to be this kind of. It's very girly, very cute.
Oh boy, you don't read enough shoujo.
Very bright
manga.
I don't know. Maybe the new shoujo manga is like more gruff, a bit different. But I remember seeing a lot of old, what looks to be shoujo manga. I don't know. Maybe slice of life shoujo manga. That, of course, because they're slice of life, there's a more casualness to it all. And I remember
I've read really strange shoujo manga.
I'll come to believe there's a lot of strange manga in like both sides, like the both shonen, shoujo, whatever. That genre, this age group, that age group. It's just different. That's weird shit in every genre. Cardcaptor Sakura, it should be noted, is not weird shit.
It's weird shit. It is weird shit.
To it.
How can you say it's not? Don't you remember?
It's just magical girl stuff.
Don't you remember there's like fucking teacher-student relationship, and there's gay and there's less, and okay, let me release it. There's all forms of love: child friend, interracial, gay, less, student teacher, grandfather, granddaughter, incest, child friends. Oh fuck.
Whoa! Don't put grandfather, granddaughter.
But it's just not like romantic. It's
not a love it's not an intimate relationship. Don't fucking lie with that shit.
Okay, it's intimate, right?
Because when you were listing it out, you were literally putting it with like the normal relationship, with like the normal intimate relationships. And for some reason you added
I don't know why I added it.
Grandparents and grandkids. There is a very strong grandparent-grandkid relationship. But it is nowhere near intimate. It's just
it's a family relationship. Like family I shouldn't include it in there. I shouldn't include it in there.
Be careful. Jesus Christ, that would have made Cardcaptor Sakura.
Okay, I think I did this in my notes is to show the themes of the series. Okay, so I think I told you before that I feel the manga has a more consistent theme. But last night, when I was writing out my notes, I just think I don't think the theme is consistent. I think the anime make the theme even better. That's why I wrote this note. So yeah.
The theme.
Okay, so I say there is all form of love. When I say that, I mean by. So in the manga, I think it's okay. In the manga, like. There is a lot of romantic relationship. There is the childhood friends, which is like the guy who likes to spout misleading facts, and together with his female friend, and they've been together since kindergarten. So there's childhood friends, and they are clearly in dating, and then there's like that little girl like. She's clearly, and she's engaged to a male adult teacher, and this girl is like 10 something. And then there's Yukito and Toya. They are dating. They are two guys. And then Sakura's dad with Sakura's mom, that's like a teacher and high school student.
That was also a teacher student.
Otherwise, it's a high school teacher, high school teacher, high school student.
Yeah, it was a high school. I think they got married when she was like what, fucking 16 or something.
And then,
which is pretty weird. Yeah.
Wait, I think that I missed something. Did I? Oh, and Tomoyo. Tomoyo and Sakura, like that one. It's never made clear, but they never made clear. But Tomoyo's action towards Sakura is just like it's borderline romance. Tomoyo's relationship.
I think it's actually implied a lot of times in the manga that she does have some sort of romantic feelings, but she's not interested in like pursuing them. She's only interested in the idea that Sakura is happy, and she's fine with just keeping it as that.
Yeah. Okay. So consider all the romance I just listed. They are all romantic relationship and in many different variety. From child friends to student teachers and stuff. And then, but if I included the grandfather and if I include the grandfather's relationship with the granddaughter, which is like a family relationship, it's like everything is a romance relationship, and then there's this one family relationship. So okay, but if I but love, but it's just like love. It's a lot of love, but there's only two categories, and one category is way too much, and the other category is just like one example. Okay, and now why I say the anime, I think the anime did it better. It's just all these relationships I would say they all have been changed around. So for example, like the child friends, like the guy who keeps spotting misleading facts, and together with his friend, his female friend, they are not in a romantic relationship, but they are just close. They're just like close. They're just very close. You just see them together all the time, and then it's never stated they are it's not explicitly stated they are dating, and then.
Is it implicitly stated?
Not even. It's just like they are together a lot of times. So they changed it to like from a dating to just like child friends. It's still shown that they are together since kindergarten. And then so they changed that, and they changed Toya's and Yukito's relationship to just like very close. So they just changed a lot of relationships. Like it's not becomes like everything is romance and one family relationship. It just now becomes like there's all kind of relationship around. From like very close childhood friends to like very best friends to romance to interracials and to grandfather granddaughter. Yeah,
I mean, I guess that's better.
I hope I did explain well.
Because not everything becomes a romantic relationship. So I mean, everyone can have different kinds of friendships. You can be friends with different kinds of people. It doesn't have to become a romantic thing. In the manga, it almost felt like everything was, as you said before, just romance. So it felt a bit weird because it didn't feel very relatable. That somehow everyone is just like, we'll just be in a relationship. It's pretty easy to be in one. It's pretty easy to get in one.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff. It's all about love. Everyone loves you, Sakura. Why is that not a fucking meme? Just the idea that Sakura. At that point, Sakura sounded like a fucking Mary Sue. Everyone loves you, Sakura. Don't fail. You will succeed. Blah blah blah.
So, okay. Speaking of Sakura and everyone loves Sakura. Who is your favorite character in the manga? Or in the series?
I still just
You just like Sakura.
I swear to God.
Okay, for me it's Tomoyo.
Like no, I love the grandpa is the best character in the story. He's such a cute fucking grandpa. I don't know why I have a soft spot for like these kinds of old grandpa kinds of people, because they always look so wise, and they look so caring, and I'm like, oh, I want you to teach.
He looks like he's full of cute to me.
I would. And that's what makes him so sad. He looks so... he's grieving and shit. I'm there going, oh, my heart, it hurts. I want to make you feel better.
Sakura did make make grandpa feel better.
Sakura made him feel better, but he didn't tell her that he was actually his grandpa.
Sakura never know.
Like, blah blah blah.
Sakura never know up to the end.
That is so fucked. Oh, my heart, it hurts. I want him to be better. He's such a nice grandpa guy, that grandfather figure.
Actually, it's to make more clear, it's great grandfather. He's the great grandfather. He's the fourth generation.
What the fuck?
Like the great grandfather. Yeah, he's the great grandfather.
Was it great grandfather?
To make it more clear.
Shit.
Yeah, so
holy shit.
Great grandfather. So his granddaughter is Sakura's mom, and his great granddaughter is Sakura. Yeah, to make it more clear. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah. Where the fuck did the grandpa go? Where did you go?
We will never know.
We never know. But we don't know. But for some reason, it's the great grandpa. It's him that we have to put focus on, because he's great. That's in his fucking title. He's great grandpa.
Hey, do you know? I also
amazing.
question.
He's the best character in the entire. He only appears like a.
I also question where is Tomoyo's mother? Tomoyo's husband. Hello?
I mean, there are quite a lot of stories, but for some reason, certain characters in the family
Tomoyo's husband don't exist.
They just don't appear. They're not there. It's not even, as I said, it's not just Cardcaptor Sakura. There are a lot of different stories out there who for some reason don't have a very specific family member. Like in Disney movies, sometimes the mother doesn't exist. In the older Disney movies, something like that. Maybe in some manga, the parents just aren't there. It's always just them in a house. It's always just the kids in a fucking house. It fucking Doki Doki Literature Club. Sayuri is living in her own fucking house alone, and for some reason she doesn't have parents. She doesn't call her fucking. And that's why she's fucking dead, because her parents were there to fucking help her. I swear to God. And that's my point. Doki Doki Literature Club is totally unrealistic. Sayuri should have been with her parents. Her parents should have helped her. Why is she dead? I don't want to
I think we can go back to Great Grandpa. There's something you want to say about him? Is it? Great Grandpa. There's something you want to say about him, like appearing.
Great Grandpa.
Oh.
No, there's nothing. There's nothing else I want to say about Great Grandpa was a pretty nice character. He appeared in like one.
He appeared twice.
He appeared only in 1 or 2 chapters.
He appeared twice in the manga and in the anime.
Okay, but his first appearance was pretty nice. The second appearance I fucking forgot. Oh well. Which is weird, because he's the best character. How did I forget? Maybe someone hit me in the head, so I could forget about Great Grandpa. But I loved him so much that I kept one memory of him.
All right.
There was
my favorite character. I haven't talked about my favorite character.
I remember.
So your favorite grandpa?
Oh, your favorite? Yeah, your favorite.
It's Tomoyo. It's Tomoyo.
It better be fucking Grandpa.
Yeah, it's Tomoyo. I just find her.
Tomoyo's pretty cute.
I just find very bizarre. Yeah, she's cute and just
so cute.
Bizarre.
Oh, okay, nice.
She's bizarre and then she's just
bizarre,
cute and then she's like the best bad card. Like she's like super best bad. She's very supportive of Sakura and very useful. And then
she's the best character.
And then like her voice in the anime is just so cute. And then it's just too bad. I just felt it's too bad. Like in the anime and the manga, there isn't much focus on her. So she's just like there's one episode. There's
She's
one episode in
more-
the anime
she's-
that's solely about her,
Continue.
and that's it. Then the rest is just her being a super best bud.
The super best friend, the most powerful being.
Like, I
in
think
the
she's like
universe.
in the tier list that she'll be like a fucking top tier as a best friend.
She's
yeah,
the
she's
top
like
tier
a-
best friend character.
The best friend,
Oh my god.
the best friend tropes. If that ever exists, like she'll be like the top tiers, and because she's just so cute and be there, and then very
Jesus.
helpful to Sakura all around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's this thing I didn't tell you. So in the anime, okay, in both series, you did see her try to film Sakura a lot and make clothes for Sakura. Yeah,
Yes.
and she made
she
clothes
does
a
film
lot. In the anime, it's been shown how many clothes she has made. I think that in the episode 2. Yeah, it's shown how many she has made.
Are you
Like
serious?
it's like
Holy
a
shit.
truck.
I thought
she
she was
still
still making them. What the fuck? I thought she made a new one
She
every
still
time.
make them,
Oh,
and
holy shit.
okay, by episode 2, like episode 2 is like the first time they go out together. You know, Sakura, Tomoyo follows Sakura for the first time.
I see.
I mean, it's just episode 2, and then
Oh wow.
there's a fucking
Okay.
truck that came in, and then they open it. It's all the clothes made by Tomoyo. It's a truck.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Oh wow. Just a truck comes by and goes,
yeah, and then
here's
she
your
just
clothes, madam.
pick one for Sakura. And then for the
Okay.
recording the videos, that's also brought a step forward in the anime. Like she has a room.
Broader step. Okay.
She has a room. Okay, she just has one section in her bedroom. That is just the surround sound room.
What?
No, it's
wait,
not.
Did
It's
we
not in the
see
manga.
this in the manga? Shit.
That somehow I remember that part
Okay,
very
so
well.
it's
Like, like she has one section of a bedroom that is just like the surround sound room. You know, like it's actually surround sound things, and then the
What the fuck?
big TV, and it's like a dim lit room. It's like a small cinema. And then she used that. She actually she told Sakura she just used that to watch her own recording. Her own edited recording.
Isn't that a bit? Oh Jesus Christ! You know
What?
what I think about her now? Now that I'm remembering, like how I think about her, she almost feels like a sort of a stalker-ish character. Not a stalker-ish character, but like a very obsessive character. But it's all played for jokes in this.
But
in this story.
She is it obsessive because she didn't stalk. She don't stalk. She didn't stalk, and
She
she's actually
feels
very
it.
supportive. That is,
It's not about stalking. It's just about her. I guess I'm just saying. Maybe she's on the lower end of an obsessive spectrum of things. She doesn't stalk. That's true.
but
She is still very, very, I guess, obsessed with with Sakura, or at least with the
Okay,
idea
like
of,
she loves
Sakura
as,
like
Sakura
this sort
very
of
much.
magical girl character. Yeah, she loves Sakura a lot.
Yeah,
A bit too much, maybe.
It
I
is
don't know.
very much like like I say, like she's like the best friend character to like in the max tier, like in the top tier. If that top exists, like that the amount she's dedicated to supporting Sakura. Yeah, and she's smart all around. I don't think that it's shown. I don't think it's shown enough in the manga, but in the anime side, she's quite smart outside of just helping Sakura. She's actually quite smart herself.
Yes, she is.
I think
the
she's
big brain
actually.
character.
I think she's the smartest out of all the kids. She's possibly the smartest.
Holy shit! That's pretty cool. She's smart as hell.
Impossible. Like she can. Okay. What do you want to say? Go on.
I guess it's just that like I don't really
Yeah.
care for Tomoya that much at all. She was a pretty funny character in the grand scheme of things, but I don't really have that big of a connection to her at all. It's a bit flaccid. It's me going, who cares?
She
Nice character, pretty fun.
is I was gonna say like she can distract people. Like she's good at distracting people. Like I think it's episode 3. Like she distracts someone for Sakura so that Sakura can sneak in somewhere, and like she knows how to do it. She distract.
Ooh,
she knows how to act as a diversion herself, and she has plans.
His plans. So at the very
she's smart and useful and being quite intelligent. Yeah. Possibly
the big brain character. Yes.
Like and then there's one episode. It's not in the manga. There's one episode. Carol and Sharon switch body. They swap bodies. Yes. It's fine episode.
Are you serious? What the fuck?
So Tomoyo is the only person to notice it. No one else noticed it. Aside from Sakura. No. Because Sakura is the one who captured the card, so she knows, but and then no one else know. No one else can see through it aside from Tomoyo.
Because everyone else is too small brained as compared to Tomoyo. Tomoyo is the big brain character. That's why she's so good. She has the big noggin to do the big think.
Alright. What do you think of? Okay, what do you think of Toya? Let's talk about other things. Sakura's brother.
Who the fuck was Toya again? Sakuya's bro guy. For some reason, my brain is coming up fucking blank. Jesus Christ. He's a okay character. I like him. I like it. I don't know what the fuck to say about him.
Okay,
Jesus Christ. He's an interesting character, I swear to God, but there's nothing like fucking hate about him.
I think he's I think it's really weird.
For some reason,
I find him really weird.
Magic.
Like he has two sides of I think like he has two very strange. He has two traits that is like I feel like it's polar opposite. So so she's clearly he's also a nice person actually. He's actually a nice person. Like everyone else in Cardcaptor Sakura. Like if you are a character in Cardcaptor Sakura, you cannot be bad. Unless you are in the movie.
You cannot be.
And then so like he said he's a nice character, but he's a nice person. But that he is clearly he's clearly a siscon. He's clearly a siscon. Like his action in both series.
Are you sure?
Clear. It's like explicitly made clear to.
Is he a tsundere siscon?
I don't know. Like he's clearly
he's not very
like
direct. He's not very. He's
like a lot of time he acts very aggressively toward protecting Sakura.
Yeah, very Sun, isn't he? It's like, there's a side of me that is saying,
like the way he acts so aggressively is actually that it's out of his love for Sakura, but it's actually I don't feel like it's very healthy to act that way. No, that's what I feel like.
I will come to in the story. It's literally just done for the sake of a bit of a comedic, a sake of comedy, I guess.
But not really. Like in the series, he's like in the series, it's presented like he's doing it. It's presented like it's a good thing. Like he's just doing it because he loves Sakura very much, and that for me, it's like feels kind of uncomfortable because of how aggressive it is.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I suppose it's not going to be very good for like Sakura's a developing brain.
Yeah, Sakura never realized it.
Stuff.
Sakura never witnessed it.
Oh well, she'll realize it one day.
Yeah, and then there's one thing that is like fucking great, but it's really good. Toya's relationship with Mira. Mirror.
Toya's relationship with... Oh yeah, with Mirror. But it's...
Twice.
They only interact like what?
They interacted...
In the fucking manga?
They interacted 3 times.
But it's oddly very... Yeah. But it's
all of them are great.
3 times. Yeah, they're all very... It's all very... It's very subtle. Toya is... very, very respectful. He's very different from his usual, more crass self. He becomes a very gentle sounding guy. He still looks pretty stern. He still has that big brother glare about him. But he's very nice to the Mirror card.
Yeah, the Mirror is herself a character, and they interacted 3 times, and each time the dynamic between Mirror and Toya is it's just like sweet, I guess. Including the first time, like it's just kind of sweet. Like Toya, like, and then like I don't know for you, but for the first time, it's a big plot twist for me. You know, like when Toya fall. Okay, so Mirror is like she's disguised as Sakura, and then she intentionally wants to hurt Toya by leading Toya deep into the forest, and then lead Toya down the cliff. Toya just fall down from the cliff, and she's clearly she just clearly wants Toya to get hurt or maybe even kill him. But then after she's done it, Toya is still alive, and she say that I know you are not Sakura, and have you found the stuff you want? She told Mirror this, and it's like that moment is like a big plot twist for me.
I think it was hinted earlier that Toya does have a bit of some sort of affinity to magic.
She has magic sense. Yeah, it's been shown. It's been told to the audience many times earlier, but still for me it's like very big plot twist because like Toya just do it when Toya meet the Mirror. He's just like always. He's just like do it without any suspicious or something. Like he just do it for Mirror, and then Mirror told that Toya fell for her trick, but it's actually not. Toya is actually doing it for her. So like the big plot twist is just like holy shit.
I see.
That's a big plot twist. And then
that's a big plot twist.
The second time and third time is when Mirror is already captured, and then Sakura basically use Mirror to act as like a standing for her whenever Sakura needs to go out and capture cards, and Mirror has to, but Sakura has to attend some event, so Mirror has to stand in. And every time that happens, Toya will always came in and check on Sakura, and every time Mirror fails to trick Toya, and despite that, it always led to a sweet, very like some sweet scene. Yeah, a very sweet scene like between Mirror and Toya. Like
Mirror X Toya is the one true pairing. I don't want Toya with that best friend. Ugh, I don't like my gaze.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Well, then again, I think one of that you had that big sort of a plot twist.
Yeah, for the first time they met.
Is that right?
Mirror and Toya.
The first time you met. Shit, that wasn't really a plot twist sort of thing, because it was hinted before, and I thought, okay, maybe he does recognize it. It looked like it was leading there, But I think the one plot twist for some reason was me realizing that it was revealed that the best friend was Yue.
Yeah. Okay. The reason he's Yukito's other self is called Yue is for Chinese moon. Yue Liang. Yeah. The Yue. Yeah. 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 And because because that fucking angel thingy represent the moon, he's named Yue. Yeah. Yeah. Yue. Anyway, so yeah, what are you trying to say about Yue?
Like, for some reason, until the moment it was found out that the best friend was Yue, I didn't even think that was the case, which was very weird. Because throughout, I kept thinking, okay, so the teacher is the moon, basically.
Kyoto's sun.
Kyoto is like the sun, I guess, and she's the moon.
Who?
I thought that was the case, and then suddenly, oh yeah, hey, best friend. Boom! And then Yue comes out and I'm like, what the fuck? What? I don't know whether or not it was like hinted that was the case, but for some reason I did not pick up on it until the very moment it happened. And my brain fucking exploded and I went, what the what? Yue is... So the teacher is a...
What do you mean by teacher? You mean the female teacher?
It was
oh, okay. Yeah.
The female teacher. The one with that moon thing that she was holding that thing that looked like the moon. And I kept thinking she was the moon. That's the sort of a moon character. I kept thinking, okay, that must be her. No, it was a huge fucking lie. It was a plot twist. It was the best friend. Even in the story, everyone was like, what? Really? Even Carol's there going, oh, I thought when I felt that power, it was the teacher. No, it was the best friend. Oh my god! There's so much to fucking handle.
The plot twist didn't hit me that much. For me, it's like, when I see Yukito-san, I don't trust him. Like, I think, like, Yukito is probably there's something behind that guy. Like, right from the first episode, I see Yukito-san like, okay, there's something probably wrong with Yukito. I can tell, but I don't know. And then after 45 episodes in, oh, he's Yue. Okay, and that's it. And Yukito-san, in general, he's a nice person. I say he's quite a nice person. And then Yue. Oh, and Yue is a nice obstacle from me, in my opinion. Like, so Yue's role is when someone has collected all the cards, Yue will automatically appear, and then he will be the final judgment. He will test the person who collected all the cards. Yeah, he's the final boss. He's the final boss if someone managed to collect all the cards. In this case, it's Sakura. So Sakura is fucked. She has to fight a final boss, like a fucking moon angel. Oof. And then, what I was gonna say? Yeah. Yue, I think Yue is an interesting final boss because he do it. Aside from doing it because of the job, it's also because he think no one can replace his old master. So he did it with like extra kind of... It's not just because he's strict, it's also because he's kind of biased. You know, like a kind of biased, strict, something like that. And so it's like so the battle is kind of... So I don't remember how the battle goes, but I think that the build up for that battle, like the tension of the battle is interesting because of how Yue feel toward his master. And then what was I gonna say again? There's another thing I want to say. Fuck. About Yue, and then no, I don't remember. Too bad. Well. Oh well. Yes, nice, I guess. Oh, okay. Well, how do you? Yeah, go on.
I think there was...
Okay.
Yeah?
No, you first. There's another plot twist. That Yukito... Not Yukito. Toya. Toya knows Sakura's secret identity. That is a big plot twist for me.
I always thought that made sense though. Toya always seemed to hint that he knew something was going on. It's hint that
Toya has magical abilities.
Has magical, but it's always there were some scenes in the manga where it always looked as if he knew something was going on with Sakura. I can't recall any though. I do remember there seemed to be these kinds of scenes, maybe where he was giving Sakura sort of a funny look, or maybe where he thinks shit. I can't recall, but just take my word. I will come to believe Toya knew about it a lot earlier.
So
but he never said.
It's never shown in the series, both manga and anime. It's never shown when did Toya discover it. It just say that Toya knows about it all along. We never know exactly when Toya actually discovered it. And then for me, and in the anime, this is not shown in the manga. In the anime, right after Sakura beat Yue, there's a small scene where Toya is hiding somewhere far away looking at the group, the group Tomoyo, Shaoran, Yue, Kero-chan, teacher, together, There's one scene he hides far away and just looking at them. And then he walks away.
Mm-hmm.
He walks away saying that, yeah, Sakura is safe.
Oh, wow.
There's a big plot twist.
Walks away.
Oh, and there's another plot twist. Toya knows Yukito is Yue. What do you think of that? Fuck.
It always
shit.
seemed like that was also the case because multiple times, Toya wants to tell Yukito
I
something.
thought he's trying to.
At first, I thought, okay, maybe he's trying to tell her. Maybe trying to tell him. I thought, okay, maybe he is trying to confess to him. But then after a while, when it's revealed that Yukito is Yue, then I thought, wait a minute, Toya has a sort of a magical sense. He's always with Yukito, who is Yue. What if he also knows Yukito is Yue?
Hey, but that confession.
So very quickly,
confession.
I was playing around with the idea.
But that confession only appears after the final judgment. No, the confession only begins after the final judgment. Yes.
Yeah. No, does it?
Yeah.
Or at least him trying to confess multiple times.
Toya trying to confess to Yukito, that only happens after the final judgment. In the anime and in the manga.
Then that I'm not sure.
For me, when I first seen it, I thought it's just that it's only just Toya tries to confess to Yukito, confess to Yukito that let's go in a relationship. But then it's shown that it's not that. It's actually It's actually Toya knows Yukito's secret identity. I was like, whoa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but in the manga afterwards, after that scene, they just start dating. Yeah.
Wow.
Do you have any topic you want to say? Yeah?
I think there was one thing that was very interesting, because I have this problem with my writing or at least this problem that I'm thinking about in my writing.
Yeah?
Shaoran in the beginning seems to have liked
it's in the anime.
And before at a certain point, at a certain point we find out that it might just be because Yukito himself, has magic, blah blah blah, and for some reason people with strong magics can attract other people with magical affinity and that kind of shit. So I thought, but then I thought to myself, so is it to say Shaoran's gay affection, his homosexuality.
It is gay affection.
Let's
In the anime, it is.
Has, in a sense, isn't valid or has been shifted to a more, a more heterosexual interest on Sakura. Because here was my problem. I think I've said before, maybe, I don't know. I am a writer. I do write characters, blah, blah, blah. There was a character that I was thinking of writing. At first, he was supposed to be gay. But maybe later on in the story, something happens. He can't be with his boyfriend anymore. And the girl comes, and one of his girlfriends, not girlfriend, I mean, girlfriend friend, that kind of thing, comes by, cheers him up, and in the end, they're both dating. But my problem was, okay, if you have a character who has gay interests in the beginning, what happens if you don't follow up with it? If you don't like dedicate yourself to it in terms of writing it throughout the whole way, and in the end, he's not actually gay, or he or she is not actually homosexual, and in the end they just go with someone of the opposite sex. Is there any
doesn't that just make the character bi?
Do I have to write a
sexual? Isn't that just bisexual?
You could make the character bi, but I'm always scared of the idea that some people are just gonna go, "Oh, it's such a cop out."
Isn't that just SJW? Isn't that just SJW?
Like a homosexual character. Either it's SJWs or maybe I'm not sure. Maybe there is some sort of argument.
Well, I think there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, for Xiaoran, it's explained. For Xiaoran, it's explained that it's because of Yukito's magical energy. Like Xiaoran, he just confused it for romance or whatever fucking that fucking Cardcaptor Sakura lore that is. Like, it's just like he say like because there's a like Xiaoran just confused it for the magical power inside Yukito. After Xiaoran has sorted it out, there's no more romance anymore. There's no more romantic feeling anymore. But it just coincidentally he falls in love with Sakura. Yeah. So if Sakura doesn't exist, it will be just like Xiaoran continues his life without having a love. Yeah. And then I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That just makes like Xiaoran is kind of sort of bisexual, and I think nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I guess now that you say it like that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything more to say? Yeah. Okay. Then my turn. This story change I find very interesting. It's about Harry Potter and Sakura as a magician. So in the manga, Harry Potter he left the cards behind, and then he left the card behind and let his two minions be the judge. He did that because he doesn't want to be the strongest magician in the world. Yeah. So to not become a strongest magician in the world, he put all the cards in. He put all the books somewhere else, and then he let his two minions be the judge, and he split himself in half. Yeah. He split himself in half. So it becomes that small Harry Potter from England, and then the other half is Sakura's father. I was like, what the fuck? Considering someone who comes into the manga after watching the anime, it's like, what the fuck? And then in the anime,
how different was it in the anime?
Harry Potter, he just do it because he think he live enough. He just like show in one episode in the episode like. I think it's just true flashback in the manga, but it's different in the anime. In the anime, Sakura did it through like he uses a card on a magical cherry tree, so it's kind of like time travel back. She saw the time travel back and witness this event, and then we just watch this Harry Potter talking to his two minions, and then just say, "I feel like my time is over," you know. I just feel like it, and they just like questions. The minion just ask, "What?" Yeah, I just wanna die. I feel like this enough. You just say this, you know. Yeah, I just wanna die. I just want to die, and that's it. And then they just confuse the shit out of the two minions. But in the sense, but it just like makes him. But I guess it makes him look like he's a very chill character, you know, like because. Throughout the anime, he just shows as like a very chill, laid-back character. So when he say that to his minions, it makes sense of his personality to me, and I think it also fits the tone of the show. Like, yeah, I just feel like it. I think I live enough. And then afterwards, and it's never say that. And then he's never say like, oh, because I don't want to be the strongest anymore, like in the manga. He just say. He just say, I just feel like it. You know? I think the changes fits the show better, fits the show's tone better. And also he doesn't split himself in half.
I guess.
He just simply died. You know? He just simply died and then reincarnated.
And so
the father is just a normal guy. Then? The father is completely normal. Yeah, he's just completely reincarnated into the little Harry Potter from England. Yeah, and then
I see.
Yeah, he just into reincarnate, and I think that this change is much better because one, that Harry Potter's motivation fits the tone, and two, it makes Sakura's background much more interesting. Because when you think about it, if Sakura's father is also Harry Potter, and then he has married and gave birth to the kid, then this kid technically is the descendant of Harry Potter. And that isn't really the goal of Harry Potter. I mean, Harry Potter's goal is to let his card and his minion find a better master, you know? So it makes that in the manga, he just pass it down to his descendant. Even though he say he wants to pass it down to another worthy person.
Wow.
But he ends up just passing down to his descendant. But in the anime, this changes by making that he just died and reincarnated to a little boy in UK. And then like make the Sakura's father totally different guy. Just make it like Sakura. Now Sakura looks like he's really just another normal person who happens to stumble upon the card. So yeah, in the end, Harry Potter did fulfill his goal of giving the card to another worthy person. So I think this change is actually really good in the anime. Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah.
Good story.
I don't think I have any more changes. We have.
Jesus Christ! I don't have anything else.
Yeah, we've been 1 hour and 44 minutes. 45 minutes in.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Quite a long episode. Then again, Cardcaptor Sakura is pretty fun to talk about. There's a lot of differences between the manga and the anime. Characters, but Grandpa is still the. I don't even have the fucking energy. I'm dying.
Let's see.
What else do we talk about?
No.
Anything else? Do you have anything else? I don't have anything.
I'm surprised we talk about this manga for so long. I thought there's nothing for us to talk about because I really don't think there's much to the characters and stories. It's just being sweet and chill. Yeah, but surprisingly, we talk about this stuff for so long. This manga. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
so before we close the show, I just say, do you recommend this manga? Because?
Yes.
Yeah.
I recommend the manga. I recommend it a lot.
I just summarize.
Why the fuck do I have to say? It's good.
Okay, fine.
There.
Fine. Okay, for me,
yeah, woohoo!
For me, yeah. If you can, I know the anime is long. It's like 70 episodes as compared to like 50 chapters, 50 monthly chapters.
Oh Jesus!
But yeah, if you have the time,
do you recommend the anime?
If you have the time, just simply watch the anime. Yeah, like if possible, like just watch the anime over the manga. Yeah. I believe, at least I speculate, the anime is the improved version. It's the improved version of Clam's vision of the story. Because they wrote the anime themselves, and the anime came later. Yeah. And we can close the show.
Interesting.
Thanks for listening to Penguins and Scribbles, episode 7. Yeah.
Woohoo! I love all you guys. Yeah. Come here. No, I'm trying to act like I'm.
It looks like you're gonna die.
Drunk.
Okay.
No, just kidding.
Goodbye.
I'm dying now. Oh, whoa. Yeah, I love you guys. One more.